Homestead Senior Care is personal to me because my grandmother was my hero. She was one of the original single moms. Her husband died when my mother was 2 years old, and so my grandmother raised my mother. And I would spend entire summers with my grandmother. As soon as I would finish school in June, I would go and they'd pick me up right before Labor Day, and I'd stay the whole summer. So she was someone that was very, very important to me during my life. She had to have surgery and had a reaction to the general anesthetic, which caused a form of dementia. She stayed in her home and took care of herself for as long as was possible. But when that was no longer possible, my mother brought her to live with us. She did very well for a long time, but the dementia grew worse, and my parents had many conversations in the dining room of what we would do next. And the first thing they had to do was put a door on the kitchen and that had a lock so that she wouldn't go in and turn on the gas stove and burn the house down. And then she lived in our home. There was 3 different levels, so she would either have to go up or have to go down, and she was down. And then there was the fear that she would fall, either going down the stairs or coming up the stairs. And then as the dementia grew worse, there was the fear that she would wander off, and there was no one home with her during the day because my parents both worked and we were all in school. So if there had been a Homestead Senior Care, so to provide companionship for my grandmother, just for the 8-9 hours that we were not there, she would have been able to stay in our home for probably the rest of her life. But as it was then, we had to put her in a nursing home. So if I can provide that type of service for people to keep their grandmothers and grandfathers in their home for as long as possible, that's why Homestead Senior Care is personal to me.